Good day everyone, especially to users. So we will be the presenter in this discussion. And in this discussion, we'll be talking about the measure of position and the exploratory data analysis. By the way, my name is Sandara B. Prestosa from BS Ed Mathematics 1, presenting from Group 3. So before we proceed to our topic, let me first introduce to you what is the measure of position and exploratory data analysis. The measure of position is a single number that tells where the specific data point falls within the entire dataset. Meaning, it is a type of measurement where you locate the position of the specific data point within the entire dataset or where the data point stands within the entire dataset. So, a measure of position has common measures of positions that includes decile, quartile, percentile, median, and z-score, which will be discussed by my co-members later on. These measures helps understand where the value of the dataset stands or falls within the entire dataset. So let us proceed to the exploratory data analysis. So what is the exploratory data analysis? So exploratory data analysis, or EDA, is a data analysis approach that uses visualization, transformation to understand and identify the main characteristics and patterns of the dataset, and it also uncovers insights. There are also many types of exploratory data analysis, and box plot and 5-number summaries are included in this discussion, which will be tackled later on.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Rayhan Abdiali. So I will be reporting about percentiles. So what is percentiles? Percentiles is a measurement of position that indicates the data point. That indicates the percentage of data points. So for example, 25% means 25%. 50 percentiles median means 50%. 90% mode means 90% percentage. So, this is the test score of the student. We have 56, 67, 70, 72, 75, 78, 80, and 90. We have 10 data points. All of these are 10 because step 1, use the percentiles formula. Rank equals K all over 100 times N plus 1. So the it will represent the 10 data points, which is these are. So we have 10 data points. So K it represents our percentiles. So we find the 30 percentiles hindi lang nasulat. So we need to write here 30 percentiles or over 100 times N is our data points is 10 plus 1. So 10 plus 1 equals to 11 equals to 30 divided by 100 equals to 0.3. 10 plus 1 equals to 11. So 0.3 times 11 equals to 3.3. Step 2, interpolate. So we find the data points, which is the 3.3. So it lies the data points, which is the between the third value and the fourth value. So where is the third value, which is 67? The first value is 56 and second value is 61, third value is 67. So we need to put here third value is 67 and the fourth value, which is the kasunod ng 67, which is the 70. So we need to put here 70. Decimal part of the rank is 0.3. So use linear interpolation. P means P30 means percentile and 30 percentiles. So equals to 67, which is the third value, and 0.3 plus 0.3, which is the decimal part of the rank. So put a bracket, close and is 70. So 70 minus 67. So we need to solve this first. 70 minus 67 equals to 3. So bring down the 67 plus 0.3 times 3 equal. So we need to solve the 0.3 times 3 first. So bring down the 67 plus 0.3 equals to 0.9. So 67 plus 0.9 equals to 67.9. So our target percentiles is 67.9. That's all. Thank you.
Afternoon everyone. So my part is deciles. So what is deciles? Deciles are a way to divide a dataset into 10 equal parts, each representing 10% of data. So they are used in statistics and data analysis to understand the distribution of values. For example, the first decile represents the lowest 10% of values, while the ninth decile represents the highest 10%. So, let's say we have at least of exam scores: 65, 70, 72, 75, 80, 82, 85, 88, 90, 92, 95, 98, and 99. To calculate deciles, we would arrange the scores in order and divide them into 10 equal parts. Since we have 13 scores, we'll approximate the deciles. So, keep in mind that deciles might not always divide the data perfectly, especially with the small datasets.
So good afternoon everyone, my name is Nara L. Tiblani from BPED 1. So my assigned topic is all about quartile. So when we say quartile, this is divided into 4 equal parts. So 25%, 50%, 75%, and also 100%. So paano nga ba natin hahatiin sa apat ang quartile? So na ako'y example diri. So mao ni akong example. Mao ni ang given number. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So before nimo mabahin into 4 equal parts ang quartile, pangitaon sa nimo ang iyang median, ang iyang tunga. So mao ni ang atong gamiton nga formula, n plus 1 over 2. So ang kaning n mao ni ang kadagan sa imong given. So di ba ang median natong pangitaon. So 11 ni siya kabuk. So ibutang nato diri ang kaning n, i-replace nato diha ang 11. So 11 plus 1, ang kaning 1 daan na ni siya diri over 2. So 11 plus 1 is equals 12 over 2. So 12 divided by 2 is equals to 6. So ang tunga daw sa kaning given is 6. Ika mag-ihap ka from diri padulong diri 6 ya mao to yang tunga. So mao na ni 1 2 3 4 5 6. So mao ni atong median. So ingon nato na pod. So pagka man nakita nato ng median, so diri na pud ta sa kaning median. So kani 50%. So diri na pud ta sa 25%. So paun sa pangitaon ang 25%. So naara pa ingon nato ra murag balik-balik ra ang pag-solve. So ang n kambihan nimo 1 2 3 4 5. So 5 man ni siya. So pangitaon nimo diri ang iyang tunga sa kaning 5 ka given number. So 5 plus 1 over 2 is equals to 6. 6 divided by 2 is equals to 3. So mag-ihap na pud kagikan diri padulong diri kung asa tong 3 mauto ang imong 25%. So 1 2 3. So 3. So mao ni atong 25%. So parihara diri 5 na pod. So ingon nato ra parihara sa kuan sa kaning diri. So 5 na pod. 5 plus 1 over 2 is equals to 5 plus 1 is is equals to 6. So, ang kaning 2, i-copy lang nimo. So, pagkauman, 6 divided by 2 is equals to 3. So, pangitaon na po nimo 1, 2, 3. So, mauni atong 75%. So, ingon na to ra ka sa kasayon pangitaon ang, or ingon na to ra kasayon bahinon into 4 equal parts ang quartiles. So, kaning duha diri 25%, 50%, 75%, 100%. So, ingon na to ra. Okay.
So what is median? Median is a measure of central tendency and position that divides the dataset into two equal parts. And it is the middle value when the data is arranged. If the base has an odd number of values, then the median is the middle value. For example, if the database has an odd number of values, then the median is the middle value. For example, 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. So, to find the median, we are just only going to locate which of these is the middle value. And the middle value of these odd numbers are the 5, which means 5 is our median. And if the base has an even number of values, then the median is the average two middle values. For example, we have here the 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So, meaning our middle value is the 6 and 8. Therefore, our median is 6 and 8. To find the specific median, we are going to calculate these two. 6 plus 8 is equals to 14. Right. Then you are going to divide that into 2. Which means 14 divided by 2 is equals to 7. Therefore, our median, final median or middle value is 7.
Good day everyone! I'm Christine Magdomi Caballo and I will be reporting about the Z-score. Z-score. Z-score is a measure of position that tells us how many standard deviation away from the mean a data point is. So, the formula of this is X is the data point, Kanimurag Q is the mean, and Kanimurag Q is the standard deviation. So, we have here the example of Z-score. So, example, let's say we have a data set of exam scores with a mean of 80 and a standard deviation of 10. If a student scored 95 on the exam, we can calculate their Z-score. So we have here our example of Z-score. So this is our formula about the Z-score. So Z equals, open parentheses, data point minus mean, divide standard deviation. Our data point is 95 and our mean is 80 and our standard deviation is 10. So 95 minus 80 is 15. So 15 divided by 10 is equals 1.5. So ang Z-score nga 1.5 is mga nabasabot nga ang score sa isa ka estudyante sa exam is naatini sa 1.5. And that's all from my part.
Good afternoon everyone. So today we are going to interpret the values of quartiles in measures of position. So first, what are quartiles? Quartiles are the values that divide a data set into 4 equal parts and they help us understand the distribution and spread of the data. So there are three main quartiles. The Q1 or the first quartile, which is the 20% of data is below this value. Second is the Q2, which is the second quartile or median, or 50% of the data is below this value. And the third is Q3 or third quartile, where the 75% of data is below this value. So example, Consider this set of test scores ordered in smallest to largest: 55, 60, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, and 95. These are 9 numbers. So step 1, we will find first the Q2 or the median. So the median in this set of numbers is 75. So Q2 is 75. So our Q2 is 75. Step 2, we are going to find the Q1 or median of the lower half. So the lower half before 75, which is the Q2 or the median, mid value, is 55, 60, 65, and 70. The middle loops is the average of 60 and 65. So to get the Q1, we are going, because we have 2, we are going to add these two numbers, which are 60 plus 65, and then we will divide it by 2. So 60 plus 65 divided by 2 is equals to 62.5. So our Q1 is 62.5. And step 3, we will find the Q3 or the median of the upper half. So the upper half, after the 75%, which is the median, or the Q2, is 80, 85, 90, and 95. So the mid average of this is 85 and 90. So to get the value, we have to add it and divide it by 2. 85 plus 90 and divided by 2 is 87.5. So our QT is 87.5. So the interpretation, Q1 is 62.5, which is 25% of students scored below 62.5. Q2 is 75, or the median. 50% of students scored below 75 and 50% above 75. And the last is Q3, which is 87.5, or 75% of students scored below 87.5. Thank you.
So what is a box plot? So box plot, it is a method for demonstrating graphical the locality and spread and skewness group of numerical data through their quartiles. So I'm going to give an example about box plot. So this is our problem. So our problem is the students quiz score. So box plot. So first we need to find the arrangement of the data first. So let's begin with the less number through the bigger number. So first is 1, then 2, and then 3, then 4, then 5, then 7. So we're done arranging our data. So first, we need to find the mean first quartile, median, or ganyan, nakakalimutan. So third quartile, then maximum of the data. So first, we need to find the mean of the first let us find the median. So median. So as you can see here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 numbers. So first, saba kayo. So first, to get the median, so let's find the middle number. So let's start 1 and 7, 2 and 5, 2 and 4, 3 and 3. So since 3 and 3 are the middle, so let's get the number 3 as our median. So here, so we need to get this and use this as our median. So median is our median is 3. So to get the maximum and the minimum, so we need to find our minimum number. So our minimum number is number 1. So we need to put here number 1. So the maximum number, our maximum number, so our maximum number is number 7. So number 7 is our maximum. Then next step is to find the first quartile and the third quartile. So as you can see, the number are left is 2 and 2 and 4 and 5. So to find the first quartile, so mag-base lang tayo dito sa left side. So our first quartile, since there are both 2 here, so we're just going to put number 2. So the third quartile, since we have 4 and 5, so we need to get the number between 4 and 5. So what is the number between 4 and 5 is 4.5. So next step is we're going to plot our data. So we're going to use a box plot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yan. Then next step is we need to find our mean. So first our mean is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So first we need to find our mean, our minimum number. So our minimum number is at here. Then first quartile, number 2. Our median is number 3. And since our third quartile is here, 4.5, so we need to plot it here. Then our maximum is number 7, so here. So we need to box our first quartile and our third quartile. So the median is inside our box. So we need to put a line here. So this is called called as a whisker. So box plot, also known as a whisker plot. So next step, so this is our maximum, median, then third quartile, first quartile, minimum, first quartile. So so both 3, so there's the median is 3. If there were different numbers sa center, if there were different numbers, we just need to get the middle number, or the half of the both number. So so each segment of this represent a quarter of the data. So this data is so narrow. So it means that there's a cluster of the data in here. So which means there are more data in here kasi mas malapit siya sa isa't isa. So and since this one is so spread out, so it means na it means there's not many data points in here. It's kind of a wider range where we have a quarter of the data. So it means walang masyadong data na nakuha dito sa median and the
Good morning, sir. Good morning, classmates. So this is our topic, which is technology, digital technology. Digital technology enhance both measure of position and exploratory data analysis by enabling efficient data processing and visualization. So digital technology is makahatag siya para ma-enhance and ma-understand ang data, especially through measure of position and exploratory data analysis. And measures of position use tools like Excel, Python, on R to calculate specific values. Measure of position, it makes to compute values like percentiles, quartiles, and z-scores. And ang exploratory data analysis is used to tools like Tableau, Power, BI, Matplotlib, or Seaborns to quick visualization. So, exploratory data analysis is used to create charts such as histogram, scatter, plots, and box plot. And comparison, measure of position, give precise numerical insight. So, measure of position is makahatag siya ng sakto na number nga nag-describe sa relative position and of data points. While ang exploratory data analysis is provide a broad visual understanding. So together they offer a complete and insightful view of data blending accuracy with institution. And that's it.